Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Ruan, and on this channel I show you SEO, digital marketing, and other cool tips and tricks to get your website to rank higher on the Google search engines. So in today's video, we are talking about how to decide which keywords to target per page using data. And this client, Twin Home Plumbing, we're doing a lead generation campaign with them to get them more qualified traffic and leads in their local area by creating a lead generation website that's off of their website. So I wanted to really quickly bring you through a tutorial on exactly how to do some of the local SEO stuff that we do at the agency, because I know it can be valuable to anybody that's running a lead generation type business, or for any business that may be looking to do this themselves. Now, I want to go ahead and give a disclaimer that this video, it's all of this content is really planned out based on what they want to rank for. So when we first got them as a client, we basically went in and did a survey that told us what they wanted to rank for, and we got really clear on the stuff that they wanted to rank for. So when we did that, we built what's called a website sitemap. And a website sitemap basically told us which keywords we were going to target per page so that we can rank for each of the phrases. So just as an example, removal of mold, remediation, cost, black mold, musty smell. These are all keyword phrases that we're going to clean up inside of this video with title tags, meta descriptions, and on-page content to get them to rank higher for these specific phrases. So these are all keywords that my SEO went ahead and found, and we are going to optimize for. And we're going to make sure that we have all of these keywords written in all of this content on this website to get us to rank higher in the search engines for their actual website and generate leads. And they're in agreement to pay $100 per lead. So let's get started and kind of explain what's going on here. So the first things first that you should probably know is we already have all of the website content written out for this website. And we've done this by going in and having our in-house writers write this stuff. So we already have a lot of this text content for this website. We don't have all of it, but we're pretty much almost done with all of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and start optimizing some of these pages page by page to make sure that we can get as much traffic as possible in a local area for this client so we can rank higher in the search engine. So one thing that I always like to do is I always like to just be very clear as to what it is that we're trying to rank for. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you exactly what it is that we're targeting inside of these things. So I have a website sitemap that I've already built out. My SEO is already built out for this keyword phrase, and we already have it here. So you can see that the navigation of the website is going to be home, mold, water damage, sewage, water extraction, bursted pipes, and all of these different types of things, right? And under that, we're going to have all of this, text content written inside of here. Now, for us to keep track of what we want to do, we always make sure that we keep in green what we've already had for written content, and we want to keep our URL navigation the same. So what I'm going to do is anytime you're starting an SEO campaign, you always want to make sure that you have your URL structure already built out, because then your SEO or anybody that's working on the website, if it's a site designer, they're going to know exactly what to do for that specific reason. So I'm going to pull this to the side, and you guys won't see it because I'm on desktop, but I just want to have this on the side so I can quickly refer to it, okay, in case I need to. So once I have the sitemap pulled up, I can kind of see the different types of keywords that we want to rank for. So on the home page, I'm going to go into the SEO settings, and I'm going to set the home page to ensure that we have the keyword phrases that we're ranking for. Now, for this specific client, we are ranking for Van Nuys, California. And also this is an area to where we are trying to rank for this specific client. We're also trying to rank for different areas, but specifically we want to rank for this area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the title tag. Now, whenever you write a title tag, you just want to make sure that you are targeting all of the keyword phrases that are important to that business. Luckily, for this specific case scenario, I have Google Analytics, and Google Analytics is going to tell me a lot about the client. It's going to tell me a lot about the data of this client, and it's going to more specifically tell me exactly what keyword phrases I should be ranking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a notepad out, keyword ideas. I'm going to have a notepad out that's going to basically tell me keyword ideas, and these keyword ideas are just basically going to be based off of analytics on what analytics says is important. And I'm going to have these keyword ideas right over here to the left-hand side so you can see. So if I scroll down, I can go down and see the analytics here. I can see a bunch of different things, goal completions, analytics. I can see which devices people are mostly clicking on, whether it's desktop, mobile, tablet. And this is critical to know because you want to really be able to differentiate whether you want to optimize more for desktop or mobile. Your time should be spent where more people are going to, but more so where people are converting from as well. So this is very critical to look at, and you can see that there's almost an even split. So optimizing for desktop will optimize for mobile with the site builder that we use. So no big deal there. We want to just go ahead and look at that. Then what you can do is you can look at the different types of information here. So one thing that I like to look at is look at the queries in Search Console. So these are the phrases that people are typing into Google to find them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back, this date range to 2018, and I'm going to look and see where exactly people are finding this client specifically inside of the Google search engines and optimize for that. Okay, so you can see that if I just show the rows, if I show, let's say, 500 rows, I'm going to be able to find the highest amount of impressions for this actual client. So I'm going to filter by impressions because I want to go for the keywords that are going to give us the most bang for our buck, especially since we're spending so much time and money. And you can see that mold inspection is the #1 phrase here with the most impressions. Water leak detection services. So I'm going to go ahead and filter this right here by actual search volume. So you can see that mold inspection. Okay, so let's do mold inspection. All right, that's the highest search volume. So keyword ideas, impressions, filtered by impressions. So mold inspection, you have, let's say, leak detection. That's another one that they're ranking really well for, it seems, because they're getting a lot of traffic here, or impressions, I should say. Then you could see leak detection, mold inspection cost. So they also have mold inspection cost. Okay, so very similar thing going on there. Cost, people want to know the price. Leak detection service, hydro bedding, home plumbing. We want to stick away from plumbing on this site because it is a niche specific mold removal website. Crawl space cleanup, that's one that we definitely want to focus on, and you can see that that's inside of the impressions count here filtered. Crawl space cleaning, so we want to make sure that we're doing that as well. So crawl space cleaning. Okay, how to install a toilet, mold testing cost. Okay, so testing is definitely a keyword that we want to implement here. Mold testing cost. Okay. Water damage restoration. That's one of them for sure. That's one thing that we definitely want to rank for. That typically has a lot of issues with it. Black mold removal. Okay. Attic mold removal. And you have mold removal. That's pretty standard. Mold remediation, water damage, water leak detection. That's kind of already here, so I'll just add water to this as people kind of already know what that means. Free mold inspection, right? That's something that we definitely may want to target as well. Since a lot of times people will do a free mold, obviously, evaluation, so people may think that that's what that means. So we would definitely want to rank for that. Mold removal, bathroom mold removal, that's definitely something we want to rank for. So I'm going to go ahead and put bathroom mold removal. So that's definitely something we want to rank for. Drain cleaning, plumbing experts, mold removal companies, mold on their sink. Okay. And the good news is as I'm looking at these phrases, it seems like we already have a lot of this stuff inside of this actual sitemap. So I'm not really surprised with the data that we're looking at right now. It looks like our SEO did a pretty good job in doing a pre-analysis before doing this. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this in mind when I create these pages. So the first thing I'm going to do inside of here is I'm going to target the specific area. So I'm going to target, the location, the primary location. And, this is something that you should always do. You should always target the primary location based off of their Google My Business and where it primarily is. Now, that doesn't mean that every single page is going to target just this location. Every single page can target the entire state or town or whatever it is that you're trying to rank for. But if you're someone like a dentist or you're somebody that's local, you're going to want to optimize for places that they can drive to, so local. So in this case scenario, I'm actually just going to do Los Angeles mold inspection, remediation, removal, and water damage cleanup. Okay, so I'm getting, the keyword inside of here, the location, so Los Angeles, and I might even put CA because some people do want to make sure that they're targeting the right place. And then I'm adding some of the phrases that we're already trying to rank for inside of here, including the highest ones that we can find. So I'm going to do water leak detection, actually. Okay, So, this is a lot of the keywords that we're already trying to rank for, and we're putting this in here based off of how many impressions we're actually seeing inside of the search engines based on the ones that are giving us the most bang for our buck, okay? So we want to go ahead and put that in there. So then your page description, your meta description really isn't something that's critical to rank, but you do want to include your keywords inside of there. So what I like to do is I like to just take the client's about information if I'm redesigning a website. In this case scenario, we're not redesigning the website. We're actually just adding a website to a subdomain to rank in those specific areas. But what I'd like to do is I'm just going to go to the about page, and I'm just going to take some of this text here so I can have something to play with. So I'm going to do, for more than 3 decades, Jim and Dave have been providing fast, reliable services to homeowners in Los Angeles and Phoenix. I'm going to take Phoenix out of here. I'm just going to put Los Angeles. Twin Home Restoration was founded by Dave Shoki, who taught the twins to provide a great customer service every time, a customer for life. Perfect. So great meta description there. That's great. Nothing else needs to go inside of here. This can be a perfect meta description, especially because Google doesn't really look at this for, ranking purposes, but Google does look at this for, click-through purposes. So you want to make sure your meta description is giving out the best information as possible to get the click. You don't want it to be something that's not getting a click. You want to make sure that you're putting a meta description to get clicks. A lot of people keyword stuff inside of here. I don't really see the need for that. I see it as more natural. So make sure that it is natural as possible. So now when I look at the home page, I'm going to want to make sure that I've noted that this is kind of my H tags, right? So the home page, I'm going to make sure that I understand that the title tag and the H tags match, because I want to make sure that when Google's bot goes crawling through this website, once we publish it live, that we have some of this stuff inside of the home page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the home page. So right off the bat, I can see that mold detection and removal by the experts, perfect, right? Nothing crazy needs to go inside of there. You have coupons, you have about, and then you have kind of like their thing here, so that looks really good. And then basically when I go through this, I just want to look and see if there's any sign of an H tag that shows Los Angeles, California. So I'm going to go inside of here, and I'm going to do optimize this for this keyword, Los Angeles, CA, mold inspection, remediation, removal, and water damage cleanup. So there's a lot of places where you can add this information. A lot of the times you can add it inside of pretty much anything. So, inside of here, I can put it inside of our services. So I can actually change this. Let's say if I change this to Los Angeles, CA, mold inspection, or I can put restoration, right, services. So that's one thing that I could do, and I can erase this services if I wanted to get more specific, because people want to know that we're in Los Angeles. So I can remove that, and I can change it to that. So I have some type of keyword phrase inside of an H tag. Then I've kind of got these things internally linking to each other, which is great. So people can click through to there. It's very nice for the user to look at. But I just want to make sure that this stuff is in here. So for more than 3 decades, Jim and Dave have been providing fast, reliable, to services, home business, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I might want to rewrite this information and paraphrase it and put it to be specific to the keywords that we want to rank for. So right now it has Phoenix inside of here. We don't want to rank for Phoenix, so we'll take that out. Twin Home Restoration was founded by blah, blah, blah. And I may be able to link this inside of the About page if I'm going to write an About page, who taught the twins to provide a great customer service. So I may also want to go in here and internally link water damage restoration, since we are going to talk about water damage restoration inside of this website. And then also leak detection. I may want to link that inside of leak detection, only because we want to make sure that we are doing this right, the internal linking for page by page. And then mold removal can also be internally linked, because that is a page that we're planning on talking about inside of this actual website. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I internally link that to mold. And then inside of here, I may want to paraphrase this information. So I'm not going to write this information right now, but if when we are optimizing the website, because I don't write this content, my copy editor does, but once we are in the side of this website, we want to make sure that we are going in and just paraphrasing this information as much as possible to make sure that we are getting the right result and we are not using duplicate content. Because if we keep this information inside of here, what's going to happen is this text right here, it's duplicate content from this other website. So we want to make sure that we paraphrase that data as much as possible. So a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll take this this content here to delegate to the team, and I'll basically just go to our to-dos and I'll add a to-do. So I'll write paraphrase homepage content, and I'll assign it to our specific team member, And then what I'll do is I'll add the client or whoever needs to be notified once that's been done about the paraphrase information. Okay, so I'll add that to do in there, so that'll get done and edited and changed on the site. Okay, so this looks good. It looks very natural. You don't want it to be like too unnatural. Like you don't want your keywords, being stuffed everywhere. I think it's really good when it's natural. But the title tag looks good. The homepage looks good. And then obviously once our SEO editor goes into here, they're going to do all the alt text and stuff like that. This video is more so not because of the alt text, but let's take a look at it, right? So this right here, this photo gallery, a lot of these pictures, you have to have some type of specific alt tag. So I'll go in and I'll write these alt tags and make sure that they're optimized for the actual keyword or for the actual search engine. So mold removal, inspection, remediation, right? That's what this picture is referencing. This one is referencing water damage, cleanup. This one is referencing water damage itself, okay? This one is referencing bursted pipes. So I don't think that that's actually bursted. Oh yeah, it is bursted pipes, okay? Bursted pipes. Okay. This one is referencing sewage. Okay, so that's good to go. And then I'm going to look at this one right here. This is a picture of the twins, our client. So I'm going to do Twin Home Experts LA, Van Noise LA. Very simple to do. And then these icons typically have, they might not have an image alt tag. Sometimes they do. And then looks good, right? So we have this very basic structure on the home page. This is a caricature here. So I'm going to write Twin Home Plumbing cartoon. So now we have this cartoon done. Why choose us? This favicon, or these little things right here, they always have some type of image alt tag regardless of the CMS that you're using. You just want to make sure that you do that, so when we do a preliminary SEO crawl, when the website goes live, all of this stuff is good to go. So the resource center, we're going to be changing this all out with blogs, and the footer, there might be a thing in the footer, right? So Twin Home mold removal footer logo, right? Very simple, okay? And that's good to go. And then obviously our DevelopMark logo is at the bottom here. We always make sure that we just do the DevelopMark agency, and we set the footer and link it back to our website. So if anybody sees this website that may want to use our services, they can see us doing the services, and they may want to contact us because of that. So I found that this is probably one of the best ways to get a client to actually do this. And people love seeing your work in person, and nothing speaks louder than your actual website ranking in Google. So this is a really good lead generation strategy for a lot of the sites that we do. So and a lot of agencies will do that just because of they understand the possibility of getting a customer that way, because nothing speaks louder than actually doing that. Okay, so this looks good, guys. So I'm going to go page by page. So let's go to an actual service page like removal, right? So now we have removal, and this page is really just duplicate of what's been going on before. But the problem is we have a lot of stuff going on here, but I wanted to make sure that we're on the right page. So when I go to removal, I'm going to actually start with the SEO text, right? So you can see right here that mold, this URL structure needs to be changed. So when we go in here and change the URL structure, I'm just going to add mold, then removal. And the reason why we want to do that is because we want to make sure that we're staying consistent with the website sitemap. The website sitemap, you can see, has website.com/mold/removal. I want to stay consistent with that, and I don't want to move away from that because that's the SEO's original planning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Van Nuys CA. Okay, so I basically put the town, the primary town that we're targeting, and then I put California, mold removal, attics, bathrooms, crawl spaces, and commercial. This is something that's critical because a lot of people are going to see this title tag. I want to keep it between that 70 there. And then inside of the page description, I'm just going to go ahead and write in a meta description so you can kind of see what I'm thinking inside of this meta description. Okay, guys, so the meta description, I like to use almost 320 characters. Google released an update last year that basically stated that meta descriptions can be as long as 320 characters, and they've increased in size from 180 to a bigger thing there. So one of the great things inside of here is, when we write this meta description, we basically just write mold can be pressing concern for many families in home or building, Twin Home Experts. We want to stay away from negative copy. I've also included the keywords inside of the meta description that are in the title tag, and I want to make sure that I keep consistent with that inside of the actual content as well. So let's talk about the content. So inside of here, I'm going to do mold removal. Very simple. Right, so you want to keep this as consistent as possible. So I might do mold removal. So just so the visitor knows what this page is about. And then inside of here, I might just do the actual title tag that I wrote or something like that. So I'm going to space this down, and I'm just going to do Van Nuys CA mold. Now, obviously, this is a gigantic H tag, so you may want to decrease the size on this. And this is going to depend page by page how much words you actually use. So if you can see, if I just bring it down to 30, it makes it look very natural. So that looks good. So I have mold removal here, and then this is the mold removal page. And then I have, the actual keyword inside of the H2 tag, and then I have the keyword inside of the H1 tag. And then inside of here, I might use a call to action or something that's going to bring that person to life, something that, that makes sense. So I might do something like sorry about that. I might do something like we make your home comfortable. Again, right? I might do that. And then I might say call, and then I might do the phone number inside of here. So for right now, I'll do 555-5555 to receive a free inspection today, right? And this is just going to allow for the user to see a very clean readability here. And we want to make sure that the readability is there. We want to make sure it's as much as possible, because when they read that, we want to make sure that they're getting the results. And if somebody's looking at this page, they clearly have mold. So they want to find a company that can potentially do the work for them. Okay. So then I'm going to write the text content. So the text content, first and foremost, I always like an image to break up this text, and as well as some other things here. So what I'll do is I'll go inside of the blogs, and I'll go inside of the images here that we've gotten from the client, and I'll look and see kind of some of the stuff right here. And I'll kind of look and see like what kind of pictures that we've got going on and what type of mold we're looking at. And occasionally we want to use mold for the right page. So there's two things that we can do in this specific scenario, because this is a wonderful client that does a lot of content on YouTube. One of them is we can go here and we can type in mold removal, and we could probably find a Twin Plumbing video. So if I go to Twin Plumbing, I can probably find a video that they've done. So you can see right here, renters and black mold testing. If I just go to their actual YouTube channel, I could probably search in their videos and find something that has to do with mold removal. And a lot of the times I can embed that video inside of the content. This is bathroom ceiling. How do I remove mildew from shower caulking? Remove and prevent mold bathroom, mold removal. What does it cost? How to remove mold. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that we can do inside of here. So I'm going to take this video because it's very broad and it matches this mold removal page. So inside of the widgets section here, I can go to video and I can drag and drop this inside of here, and I can have the visitor just watch this video. This is a piece of content that they've already created. Why not optimize for it, right? Why not go ahead and optimize this as much as possible and use this video inside of this content? Then inside of here, I can create a short description of what they've said inside of that video, saving significant costs on content editing. So I'm going to go ahead and watch that video and write a transcription from it, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. And so what I've done here is I've gone in and just edited some text here. I've written some text that we have optimized, and you can see that this text right here is 16, so I'm just going to move it over to 18. And you can see that this is such a wonderful thing because now I have the text content that we want to use. And what's even cooler is I can start internally linking these pages. So I can internally link back to the home page here. I can internally link back to a lot of the different things that I was mentioning here. So mold and mildew, right? That's something that we did there. You can even go back to the bathroom. So I can internally link this to the bathrooms page in case a homeowner goes to this page and they want to see, oh, we don't even have a bathrooms link. So that's good to know. I can tell the SEO to put that in. Crawl spaces, I do know that we have. So I'm going to go back to crawl space mold. I have kitchens here. So kitchens, I'm going to go back to kitchen mold. Okay. And then sinks, I can go back to sinks. I don't think I have sinks. That's another thing that we're going to have to add. And this is what's cool about SEO is while you're going through the website, you can really start to learn about what it is that you're talking about. And you can start to really learn about the website and what's needed from the website for the business owner to perform better. So I'm going to internally link basement mold. And then I don't think I have kitchen cabinets. So I'm just going to keep it like, oh, I do. Kitchen cabinets mold. Great. Cool. Sounds good. And at the bottom here, mold is critical mold, blah, 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 blah. Mold remediation. We'll just call the Twin Home experts today if we receive its pre-inspection. I'm just going to move this over to the contact us page. So there you go. That's all set and ready to go. And then there's a call to action at the bottom right here where you can contact the team or give the phone number a call. So the call to action is at the bottom here, but you can also fill out a form. But a lot of the times customers will call. For this specific type of service, you're going to have a lot of times where people are just going to want to call the number and not just, you know, they're not going to want to, you know, contact a form or request a callback. But what I like to do is I like to, and I'm just going to add the image alt tag inside of here, completed mold removal projects. Okay. So what I like to do in case scenarios here is I really like to just go ahead and add some type of call to action here. So what you can do is you can bring this over to the pricing page. You can bring this over to the contact page, whatever you see fit at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and add the coupons that we use on the home page to this actual section. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this here, and I'm going to go in and put the coupons here in case a homeowner wants to use the coupons or something like that. So I'd put the coupons inside of here. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change potentially this background image. Not that it matters that much. You just want to make sure that you have something unique here, because a lot of the times it's going to not be unique, and you want to just make sure Google doesn't penalize you for whatever reason. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and just put this picture here per se, and it's going to look bad until we publish the website. It's not going to look fully designed. But once you go to the mobile version of the website, you want to make sure that this also reads well. So you can see that while 30 may make sense for desktop, mobile, you may want to push this down to, let's say, 20 for the H tag, just to make it look very normal. Video, you're going to have to compress down, so you're going to have to move the video down inside of here. And there you go. So now you have your video that looks very nice. Your text is not going to be good 18. I recommend 16 for mobile. You can, you know, see how you see fit. A lot of the times when we work with clients, we want to make sure that it's 16. And you can see how on mobile it may make sense to break up some of this text a little bit to make it easier to read. And then you have your site navigation here to go through the different aspects of mold inside of the website sitemap that's consistent to this. So that's something critical that you want to do. And then you want to make sure this picture has an alt tag, just like your other images do. So I'm going to do mold removal, and then I'm going to link this picture back to just the existing mold page, because this page that we're on is a sub page of mold removal. And what I like to do on the mobile versions is I like to add a big click to call. And generally speaking, you have a click to call here, but I'm also going to add a click to call button at the bottom here just to make it easier for conversion, so we can track it inside of here. So I'm going to do call now for an inspection. Okay. So I'm going to do click to call here just to make sure that we're getting phone calls coming in. And we're going to track this using a call tracking number, obviously. So we're going to know how many people actually click on this to actually call in. So looks great. And I'm going to hide this on desktop because I don't want people that are using desktop to see this. So now what you have going on here is you have a wonderful landing page where you've kind of set the H1 here, you've set the H2, you've set the call to action, you've added a piece of media here. This piece of media can be a video, this piece of media can be a picture, this piece of media can be really anything that's going to get the point across, okay? Then you have the text, then you have the H tag, then you have the text, H tag, text, call to action, site navigation, call to action, footer. This is a beautiful way to design a page, and this is how a page should be designed each and every time. So guys, I wanted to really quickly just show you this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.